And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for a quick little update regarding the status of a few of my projects here on the channel. I had a little bit of an issue recording Assassin's Creed Origins the other day. I don't know how many of you are fellow content creators, but if you're using OBS and you insist on having different display capture like modes, like for specific windows, just do display capture, please. Don't do what I did. I went through several different quests, exploration, crafting, and I have beautiful 1 hour, 10-minute audio for that episode of Assassin's Creed Origins, but I have absolutely no footage whatsoever. So, that's a shame. It was supposed to be part 14, and I'm faced with a little bit of a quandary, a question, if you will. I haven't yet purged the audio file, so I have essentially a podcast. Yeah. I guess I could release that in audio book format. Be a waste of time. I could recap what we did in that episode in probably 5 minutes. In other news, I have been trying to be more attentive to Yakuza 0, especially in the light of some phenomenal gameplay and trailers and a wonderful song that has not been released by Sega or RGG Studios. I'm not sure why they are keeping Stranger Than Heaven locked up, but they are. Power move, I guess. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I really want to get back into playing through the Yakuza games. But I did a stupid. Again, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the fact that I'm keeping my office very hot, so I'm trying to get out of here before I boil. But I purged the footage that had the carryover cutscene data from Chapter 5, where Kiryu and Nishikiyama are at the batting cage. And I've got a really bad issue with going and collecting someone else's footage. So I'm sitting here wondering, okay, do I... Oh, because I don't have a save. Because I only keep one save. That will also change. But do I power through 4 chapters just to capture that cutscene and then go back to my other save? I mean, I'm thinking that I want to because it's got enough setup context that I don't want to just explain that. But that's like 6 hours of gameplay that I'm not going to be recording. I don't know. Unfortunately, what you're going to learn about Jeff is that he does everything very hard on himself, and I'm speaking in the third person with an alias, so that's even confusing too. The quality of my content is so important. So I'm kind of at a loss. Do I just put Yakuza 0 back on the shelf? There's no way that I can do that with Assassin's Creed Origins. That's just too much. So, and with an RPG in an open world, it's much harder to replicate the same thing. So I'll have to explain that. And then I've got Yakuza 0, and with such a narrative-heavy game, I do not want to compromise on that. So if Yakuza 0 takes a little bit for me to catch up on, that's why. In the meantime, I do want to address some other things. I am actively replaying the first Assassin's Creed to bring that story back up into better quality. Yeah. I'm also going through Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor much more attentively. Unfortunately, this means that New Vegas, KOTOR, and Resident Evil have not been recorded in a few weeks now. I've got a ton of content on the channel, so those of you who do enjoy my content are being fed. I've got a ton of Metal Gear content through the rest of June and well into July. I've got a Metal Gear video scheduled every day from July 1st to July 14th. And that's not Metal Gear Solid 3. It's actually Metal Gear Solid VR missions and Metal Gear Solid 2 VR missions. So that's very exciting as well, because I want to make sure that I've got that checked off while we prepare for Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots when that releases later on this coming August. When Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 comes out this coming August the 27th, where we're going to be tackling Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, and then after that we'll be going through arguably a much longer game in that of Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. But if you're not familiar with the series, it's not long because of what you think. It's actually a handheld game that was made episodic to be on the PlayStation Portable that has been now ported to consoles and PC. Metal Gear Solid 4 is a movie. That game is going to be exceptionally hard for me to capture, but I am so excited. It is one of my favorite games in the franchise. After Peace Walker, we can go straight into Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain, and then we'll finish up with Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, which takes place far, far, far in the future. I may actually play that in between Peace Walker and Ground Zeroes, now that I think about it, because that's important. If you know, you know. Anyway, continuing on, I have such a big log of things that I would like to do. I just had a June update, so I feel like I'm kind of going crazy a little bit. At the moment, we have Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed 1, which I'm going to release all of that at once later, Yakuza 0, Knights of the Old Republic, Jedi Survivor, Fallout New Vegas, Shadow of Mordor, Metro 2033, I have not forgotten, Resident Evil. As of tomorrow the 12th, you'll know that we're doing Red Dead Redemption 2, and then I'm currently working through VR missions. After Metal Gear, I'm probably going to focus on knocking out Jedi Survivor and Knights of the Old Republic. The Assassin's Creed replay is going to take me a little bit, so that's just on the back burner. Otherwise, I do have several different games I would like to play through. I do want to continue the Yakuza series, even Judgment, and Like a Dragon. We will be playing Stranger Than Heaven, but I've got to get there first, because I don't want to be jumping timelines and be out of continuity. Stranger Than Heaven is a prequel to the entire Yakuza franchise, so really I should have played it first, but I'm not going to stop in the middle of Yakuza 0. I'm just not going to do it. In a turn of events, I actually have both the Spider-Man, Insomniac's Spider-Man series planned, and the Batman Arkham games, specifically Arkham Asylum, City, Origins, and Night. Do not have much interest in playing Gotham Knights. I'm very sorry. I want to hit Mad Max with a proper playthrough. I want to go through Bully and Grand Theft Auto 3 through 5. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to run Grand Theft Auto 6 on my rig. Maybe. And then continuing on with Red Dead Redemption 1 and then Undead Nightmare after RDR 2. Then we'll continue on with Metro Last Light and Exodus, prepping for Metro 2039. But again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to run it. So I've got a lot going on. There will be tons of content for the channel. I'm sure I'm going to throw something out of left field as well. But I'm having some technical difficulties, unfortunately. And I hate that. So a little bit of a rant over. That's where I'm at. I almost walked away from the channel a few months ago. I got really in my head. But I am trying to make this hobby, this channel, a place where people who enjoy narrative stories and fun can kind of just chill out. And I think that's about it for this rant, actually. So thank you so much for tuning in. I just wanted to give an update because honestly I'm very frustrated and I needed to get it out. And I wanted to provide context for what you may see coming up on the channel. Shadow of Mordor will be coming this coming Sunday, the 14th. I hope that people enjoy Red Dead Redemption Part 1 and 2 tomorrow and the 13th. And really, we have a video coming out every day until the 23rd. And then a little bit of a break until I can put something in there. And then from July 1st to the 14th, I've got content stacked up. Whew. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for listening to me ramble. This has been Jeff the Narrator. I hope you all are having a great day. And as always, keep telling stories.